I've got something in the back of my van that keeps knocking and banging around. Whenever I brake, accelerate, turn left, turn right, there's something waving around in the back and it is doing my head in. Anyway, it's the last van chat of the year. I thought I would do one just as I'm sort of finishing off loads of little jobs before I finish for Christmas. So we're currently on Monday afternoon, it's about 1:45. I've got 2 more little jobs to get done, and then Tuesday I've got to run some errands. What I'm going to do Tuesday is like I do every single year, and I've always said that this is something that every sole trader, tradesman who runs their own business should do. If you've got a main merchant, I think everybody knows that I use Plumber a lot, is buy them something, buy them some beer. I always get the lads some beer, some chocolates for the family and that, as a bit of a thank you for looking after me for the whole year. You know, they go above and beyond to get stuff delivered out to you if you're in a job and something's gone wrong and they need to get something out there pretty urgent, or if you've ordered something and it's the wrong one. If you've got a good working relationship with the merchants that you buy stuff off, they'll swap it, they'll look after you, they'll keep on top of your prices. So it's a little bit of appreciation. And this year at Plumbase, Dave, obviously, who was the manager, he left, and Tom and Sean come in. Tom being the new manager, and the assistant manager, and Sean the counter-hand, along with Steve Gilly. The team at Plumbase is great. I've used them for years and years. So what I'll do tomorrow is swing by the supermarket, grab them some beer as a little bit of a thank you. And I just think it's a nice thing to do. So if you're a tradesman, sole trader, and you use Plumbase or your local merchants or BPS a lot or whatever, just, you know, it doesn't have to be anything massive. It's just a bit of a thank you for the way they look after you during the year. So do that. It's just a nice little gesture. So I wanted to do a little bit of a roundup, really, of what we've had happen on the channel this year. First off, though, I want to thank every single one of you that listens to my van chats, that watches my content, that comments. I mean, I've got a great subscriber base, so I want to give a quick shout out. If I miss anyone, I'm massively sorry, but a quick shout out to the likes of Wayne. Wayne comments every week on my videos, a little thumbs up, and that makes a massive difference, the interaction. So you've got Wayne, you've got Sean, Keith, Glyn, I'm sure it's Glenn. Glyn, G-L-Y-N-N, Glyn. You know who it is. Who else? We've got Tom. And I want to say a massive shout out to Chris Holt. Now, people who comment a lot on my videos may notice Chris in the comments. He comments on all of them, and he's just a really nice guy. I've met Chris at various different shows over the years, and I know he's been through the mill a little bit, and he's got ongoing issues. But what I noticed was Chris hadn't commented on a video for a while, and because I like to reply to everyone who comments, I noticed that he hadn't commented, and I've got no way of reaching out to Chris, and I know he had been ill, so I maybe was thinking the worst. Anyway, a couple of weeks ago, Chris commented, "Sorry, Mark, I haven't." It's funny. He went, "Sorry, I haven't been commenting on the channel, but I've been going through a lot." So I want to first of all say a massive thank you to everyone, but especially to Chris. So, you know, this is to you, Chris. I hope next year is a good year for you and everything picks up and whatnot. But yeah, I do really appreciate the people that comment on the videos, and if I've missed anyone off, I'm sure a few will come to me. Paul's another one. He comments a lot on the videos. Matt Underwood, he's always commented. So I massively appreciate it. Don't think when I comment back it's just a flippant comment back. I read them all, and I love the sort of the group of people we've got that always interact. And you know, sometimes I'll miss things in videos, and you'll reach out and you go, "Mark, you didn't do this." Constructive criticism I've always liked, but we do have the odd dickhead comment still. And you know what? If they weren't there, I'll be worried, because it's it just makes me laugh sometimes. And there's a guy actually that started commenting. I don't know if he'll watch this, because he's very much into watching the plumbing content, and I do know there's people that don't like the van chats, but there's a lot of people that really like the van chats. But I'm not sure if this guy will. It's a guy called Rambling Pete. Now, when he started commenting, and maybe I was on the back foot a little bit, and I got the ump by some of his comments, but he comments all the time. The clue's in his name, Rambling Pete, and he just rambles away, and some of his comments make me laugh, properly make me laugh. So, yeah, there's him. There's a few others that they seem to just go after they try to pick fault with every video. And I think I'm now at a point where I get that's just what they do, and I appreciate the comments, because every comment on my video is an interaction. What I don't like is the negative ones, but loads of people have said, Mark, just forget about them, don't even bother with them. But you know, when you're spending 12 hours editing a video for it to go out on YouTube, and you're watching it for free, sometimes I'm like, really? Is that all you've took from that video? But anyway, that's enough of them. I want to say a massive thank you to all the people I've mentioned. I'm sure a few more will pop into my head. But yeah, the people, you know, the likes of Keith, Wayne, Sean, Chris, Glyn, Chris, Pete, Keith, there's loads of you, honestly, loads of you, and I appreciate it. So massive thank you to you. Thank you for your continued support. What's gone on this year though? So we've done Installer Show again, was great, working with brands, Snug Underfloor Heating, Thomas Dudley, CT1, interesting one. CT1's getting some flack online, but that's a complete separate matter. What else? Got my unit. So this year was quite interesting. I went from working out of just a garage, or working out is the wrong word. I used to store a lot of stuff in just a garage, and it got absolutely full. People will have seen, if they've been subscribed to the channel for a long time, although it used to open my garage door and it was literally to the door. So I moved from a garage to a shipping container on a secure site. And that sort of made me go, do you know what? It's much better having this as a sort of a base, and I could film some bits there. And the intention was there to stay a while, but while I was there, I started looking around for units. Now, some of the units were like proper commercial premises, and they were like 1,400 quid a month, and I was like, I can't justify that. So anyway, before I was a plumber, when I was like 15, 16, while I was starting my plumbing apprenticeship at college, I used to work on a farm round in the village that I grew up at. I used to do the milk round, funnily enough, with, you know, like a Friday and Saturday night. So it must have been 14, 15, did the milk round. So anyway, I know the farmer there, I've known him for my whole life. And they've got a tap yard there, so on a Friday night they open up, it's now a brewery. It went from being a dairy farm to a brewery farm. And they brew their own beers and whatnot, and they've got a tap yard, so fields where people go on a Friday, Saturday night. There's got a bar there, live music and whatnot. We used to go up there. So anyway, I seen Ren, the farmer, and was like, you haven't got, by any chance, you haven't got any units, have you? Just for me to store some stuff in, store my van in, a couple of cars, whatever. And he went, Mark, I might have just the thing. So he took me round on his farm, and he went, we've got a couple of units. Anyway, I chose the one I'm in now, and I love it. I'm sure you've seen it on the videos. I love having my stuff in there. I've got a sofa in there now. I've had the wall painted, got my Real World Plumbing sign on the wall. My van stays there at night, so it's secure. A couple of my cars stay there. And the community around it is great as well. Obviously, it's a working farm, it's a brewery. There's loads of other individual little companies there, from coffee architects, coffee makers, to cake makers, to pie maker, everything. There's everything there, so it's a cool little community. But I love having that base to work from. So of a morning now, instead of just going straight from my house to work, I go to my unit, load my van out with what I need, and that sort of changed the way I work, and it's just really nice having my own space. So I've got that how I want it, store a load of stuff, keep some stock up there, and it's just great. So yeah, and we are converting a little bit of it into, I've started doing a couple of little films, review sort of things. I did a thermal imaging camera the other week and filmed a little bit of it there. But what I'm going to do over the winter is get it more insulated. Dave Bishop's going to be there, and we're going to put the roof on and insulate it and make it more of like a filming area for reviews, chats. Might even start doing these van chats there, or a cross between both if I'm there chatting away. So yeah, so that's been good, and obviously the work's come in. We've had loads of work, we've done loads of bathrooms, and I won on the tools Bathroom Fitter of the Year, which was amazing. I was up for that for the second year, And I don't fit that many bathrooms, but I think it's a combination of everything with the content that I make and the podcast that I do and the bathrooms that I do and guiding people how to do stuff. Yeah, I was massively honoured to win Bathroom Fitter of the Year. So that was one highlight of the year, as I said, installer show. And yeah, work-wise, we've done a lot. We've done a lot with Dave Bishop, the carpenter, and we've got a big job coming. I'm not sure if I've teased it out yet. We've got a big job coming soon in the new year with that. It's a mate of mine's bought a big industrial unit and he's turning it into a paddle. You know, paddle, this indoor tennis paddle thing. He's turning it into that. So we've got that renovation to do early in January. So that'll be coming to the channel. In fact, have I shown you that? I did film a little bit while I was there. Maybe I'll have to check. So we've got that coming up. But yeah, this year's been great. We've had a couple of big renovations. We've done that one with Dave Bishop. Underfloor heating jobs, again with Snug underfloor heating. And loads of just jobbing around stuff really. And that's what I think people like, is the day-to-day stuff, the jobbing around stuff that I do. And I like that as well. You're in, out. There's a random guy on the side of the road with a 3-piece suite. Looks like he's up for sale or something. He's just dumped it on the side of the road. Random. Yeah, so it's been a good year all in all, and I didn't quite hit my 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, which I wanted to do. Every year since I've started it, I've got 10,000 subscribers each year. I think we missed it just last year, which has knocked me back this year. So yeah, we haven't quite hit the 50,000 subscribers this year. Hopefully, let me just turn around here. Hopefully we can get that early in the new year. I do need to, like, there's ways of doing it. I mean, I make long form content. I make a sort of tell a story, or, you know, make 25-minute videos for a Sunday night that you can sit and watch. I could go the shorts route and make loads of shorts, and that picks your viewers up and your subscriber numbers up, but I just want to do it organically. I don't want to force the numbers and the subscribers to come in. Obviously it helps run the channel and stuff like that, because obviously putting content out pays a certain amount, and like I've said before, to make one video with the editing of it and the time spent loading it onto YouTube and titles and thumbnails and all that, it's probably 12-14 hours worth of work per video by the time you've edited it, put a little soundtrack to it, voice overed it, because I want it to be a certain, I want it to look right, but it is still fairly raw. So yeah, I'd like to hit 50,000. The dream is to hit 100,000 subscribers and get that YouTube play button. But I'm sure it'll come in time with the content that goes out. And also lives. I did my first live by accident, and I keep saying, I think I said this same thing last year on my end of year sort of van chat, is I need to do more lives. I've done one. So yeah, I've got to do that. I owe it to you lot who watches the content to do some lives. And it's good because we can go out live on, let's say, a Tuesday night, 7 till 8. And everyone will get to know that's the time. And then the guys that I've mentioned earlier on who are in the comments all the time, and everyone else who comments regular, you'll know that that's the time that I go out, and you can ask me questions and we can fill it up with questions that you want to know. And like things like, people always ask me, why don't I do gas? And you know, I used to do gas work, I don't now, and I think I've explained it a few times, but that's a perfect topic to chat about on a live, and how I price jobs up. And interestingly, I've just had a contract come through for a job in my local town to service, this is a tricky one to price, and it sort of threw me through it a little while, to service 71 incoming main stop taps going into an old people's home. So each flat, there's 71 flats in this building, each flat has got its own separate main coming in, and obviously on the ground floor there's 71 stop taps behind access panels throughout this building. And the building managers messaged me and said, Mark, could you quote us to basically check 71 stop taps that they're working right, they're turning off, they're turning on, they're not leaking. It's an annual thing, we want it done every year. How do you price that? Do you do it on a day, or anyway? I think I've put in a £5 each one with a footnote saying if one's leaking, then obviously the price doesn't include to change it. It's just to go through and check every single one, because I've got to turn it off, turn it on, lubricate it, make sure they're working, and you might come across one that's seized, write it down, that one needs changing. So yeah, that'll be an interesting job. First time I've ever done anything like that. But like the building manager said, if you do this, well, obviously I am doing it, but then you've got 71 flats within this building, and everyone is responsible for their own flat. So the people there will go, oh, we've seen that plumber here, we need a new kitchen tap, or we need, you've basically got a catchment of people that will want a plumber. So off the back of doing these stop taps, I could generate a lot of work within that building. And it's the sort of the community base that once you get your foot in the door, you will get all the work for all the flats. So yeah, that could turn into a good one. Right, I better leave it there. Again, thank you so much for the continued support of the channel. And going into 2026, loads more content coming. Let me know what you want to see the channel do. Let me know what you want me to do. Do you want me to do tool reviews? Do you want me to do breakdowns of costings, how I run my YouTube channel? Let me know in the comments below. And a massive thank you, as I said, to everybody who supports the channel, who likes, who comments, who tells their friends, go and check out MJ Tiff's Plumbing and Heating channel. I really do appreciate it. So from me to everybody who watches, every subscriber to the channel, thank you for being there and enjoying the content that I make. And have a great Christmas, amazing New Year, and I'll catch you. I might put a little video out between Christmas and New Year, but possibly into the New Year now. So thank you, have a great Christmas, thanks for the support, and I'll catch you soon.